We now return to a very soft-focused Rangoon holiday special, already in progress.
Sophie Ann and the others made their way through Crad's underground lair, searching for them.
Shut up, Leno!
I swear by this point in the movie, Jay Leno pops in every 5 minutes to explain things we're actively watching. Are you just here so your ananoidal yattering will jolt awake any kids that have justifiably fallen asleep while watching this gray swill of a story? Yeesh!
So now let's go back to us telling people what the movie is doing while they watch it. So yeah, they make their way through Crad's underground lair, avoiding his minions, the Selves. Who the hell are they, exactly? They're selfish children that Crad turned into goblins.
Dance, magic, dance, dance, magic,
You know, given the choice between this movie's sack and David Bowie's, I'll take David Bowie's.
Credit where credit's due, Selves is fairly clever. Of course, the movie does absolutely nothing of note with this premise, but, well, that's worth at least one of them Comic Sans You Tried gold stars.
Hey, watch it! You can be replaced with Impact Typeface on the cheap, you know. Alright then, just stick to the script from now on. Got it?
There it is! Something's wrong. This is too easy. Maybe Dart's right. It could be a... trap? Hold on, I have an idea.
Miss Dowdy gave me these cyanide tablets earlier.
Dark. So how do they get out of this one? The answer may surprise you.
Must be a false alarm.
Yeah, false alarm.
They knew if it could hold all the toys for the world's girls and boys, it could easily hold all of them.
Shut up, Leno.
Wow, I'm actually kind of impressed. They used the prior established powers of the magic bag,
Sack!
shut up, in a logical and consistent manner to get through a plot complication without blatantly Chekhov's gunning it. I gotta give you credit for that movie. Good job.
That's one dirty sack.
You really should wash your sack regularly.
Oh.
It's not dirt, it's coal. Look, Crad's using the sack to store all of the coal from the mines.
Why is Crad doing that anyway? Is it just some kind of petty symbolic up yours that only he gets to enjoy?
Well, he's still singing about the theft 30 years later, so yeah, I guess. They literally run into Buster right outside the sack nook, and right on cue...
Oh, I love a good traitor. 25 pieces of gold for your spineless act of duplicity.
I think you mean 30 pieces of silver.
Why would you do such a terrible thing like steal Santa's sack?
'Cause I like meat too much.
Just kidding. The real reason's actually more inane.
Why do the Scottish play bagpipes? Some things just are. Me? I'm evil. Always have been, always will be. I'm evil. That's what I am. There's no use denying I'm guilty as sin.
Tina, enough already, come on.
Ooh, is it my turn to ramble on at length?
Sure, go ahead. This is your wheelhouse more than mine. I'm gonna go get something with proof on the bottle.
Smurfy! The hell kind of villain song is this? Yeah, Crad emitted sounds in a song-like configuration earlier, but that wasn't really the capital V villain to the capital S song. That's this numeral. And this? This lacks. It lacks all the stuff a good villain song should have. And more than anything else, a good villain song should have passion. This is their moment, and they will take it and show you the strength of character they want you to see, and sometimes the weaknesses that they don't want you to see. But either way, there is oomph to the proceedings. Gaston's rowdy yet shallow barroom braggadocio, Ursula's sultry promises of happiness that have all the substance of an ink cloud, Scar's impotence-fueled ambition, Mother Gothel's selfish, suffocating emotional manipulation disguised as love and care for her daughter. Hell, Jafar outright steals Prince Ali's big dig me number for his own, having the usurper mirror the hero at their worst. Even the massive misfire Anastasia managed to pull off something with energy and urgency for Rasputin's song. And frankly, I'm overdoing it here, because possibly the ultimate villain song comes from another Christmas cartoon.
You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole.
No, the Grinch doesn't sing it. Yeah, it's a low-tempo number, but the voice and lyrics drip with rich, creamery contempt for its subject, using sickly creative imagery that the villain outright revels in.
Your heart's a dead tomato splotched with moldy purple spots, Mr. Grinch. You're a three-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce.
This, on the other hand,
I pour hair remover in jars of shampoo.
He traded his mom for this old mule.
Be polite. I'd rather hula dance.
this is the villain song equivalent of, well, I suppose. This is what happens when you water down weak sauce. It's a homeopathic villain song, with all the effectiveness that implies.
You done yet?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm evil. I am the one. The clue me no
Whoa!
geezer
No!
who trips kids
Stop right
up-
there. How dare you, movie? You do not get to act all smug and self-aware on song boringness. These heroes have spent the first 2 acts perpetuating plotting, pointless musical numbers. You go sit in the corner.
Now that the gang is well and truly caught, it's time for Buster's moralistic reversal in 3, 2...
I knew you wouldn't leave us down here.
Here, you better hold on to this.
How did you get the sack without setting off the alarm?
You didn't count on my loyal army of prostitutes, did you?
Oh, I wish.
A precisely timed swap of Santa's sack with a bag of Crad's gold prevented tripping the alarm.
Oh, thank you, Buster!
Oh, look! They have the bag again! And they get spotted by themselves again, putting them in the exact same situation they were in before Buster sold them out. They could have deleted everything from here to here. And saved us all 6 minutes and 10 seconds of treacle-drizzled tripe and one of the worst musical numbers ever committed to video.
Also, can't really help but notice that Buster's face turn here has nothing to do with Christmas, but whatever.
Okay, we're almost out of the woods here. Chasing, good guys are cornered, yada yada yada. But...
That's not a lot of coal for 30-ish years of mining.
well, maybe if he didn't solely employ non-unionized demon children, he'd get some work done.
While we're on the subject, are they dead? The movie never mentions the crowd or cells ever again after this. Remember, the cells are children who had been brainwashed and transmogrified by the crowd. So, no redemption for them, just crushing asphyxiation? That's a holiday message for you, isn't it? Be good, children. Or die.
Thus, sweet, innocent Sophiana saves Christmas via the mass murder of wayward children.
The time had come for Sophiana to bid a sad farewell to Buster and Charlie.
Oh, ya cállate, Jay Leno.
I'll never ever forget either of you.
We'll never ever forget you either.
3, 2...
Who was that?
And thus Buster and Charlie leave the movie, having contributed nothing of actual substance to the story. No parallels to the Christmas spirit of your choosing, no teaching the heroes any kind of lesson, even by negative example, since we already knew that being bad was bad. So long, trite cliches, you won't be missed.
And speaking of holiday cliches, enjoy these commercials. Remember, the dramatic footage you see is not actually in the game proper. Back at the not-so-North Pole...
Oh, ho, 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 I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You brought the sack back to me. Your courage and unselflessness will be generously rewarded this Christmas. Just whisper what you want in old St. Nick's ear.
Anything?
Anything.
Of all the things Sophiana could ask for...
Shut up, Leno!
Her dead parents! We know! You spent that nickel already!
Actually, Starch, it's not a nickel anymore. Batman's really caused a glut of dead parent pathos in the entertainment marketplace, causing supply to well outpace demand. As such, a set of dead folks has been devalued to... about a penny as of last month's figures.
Well, you see, honey, sometimes when people say anything, they don't really mean anything.
Dang, Santa, that's cold. I mean, we know you can't bring back the dead, because yee, that's all good and plenty. And you could have at least phrased it in a way that didn't imply you just don't wanna.
Actually, not really meaning anything is a pretty good summation of this movie.
And with Santa now in full control of his sack...
Stop, please!
The people of this village, and indeed all over the world, instantly remember that Christmas is a thing that exists, and do all the normal things people do in Christmas specials that real-life people skip in favor of full-contact bargain hunting.
I can't help but feel something is missing from the proceeding, something they'd stressed the importance of earlier? But what could that be?
But Mr. Jesus is very far away.
Seriously, movie, it was your plot point. When did you last see it? Think back to when you last had it. Maybe it's still there.
I bet they put it on the roof of their car when getting in and then drove away.
Regardless of your personal stance on the real reason for the season, I think we can agree that this is just sloppy, slipshod writing at best. You think that including Jesus in the Santa mythos would mean that the resolution was tied to the teachings of Christ, but nope, not a word. It's all about material possessions. They don't even scotch tape on a Bible verse at the end.
Speaking of tacked on...
It speaks!
They're purple. They're not just purple. They're the most beautiful shade of violet I've ever seen.
We get it! You're the best at everything! Color theory, cooking, cricket, advanced nuclear physics. Stop lording your perfectness over us mere proles, you Aryan uber-orphan!
That can be your new name. Violet.
Thus spoke Sophiana. And that's it for Violet, nee Mr. Caterpillar. Like Buster and Charlie before him, he leaves the film having contributed little more than padding to this thing's already overstuffed runtime with lame gags. Even if it wanted to, this movie couldn't even use Mr. Caterpillar in the most blatantly obvious role a caterpillar can have, as an elephantine metaphor for blooming into a person. Sophiana starts the film basically perfect, and stays basically perfect, and is rewarded for that.
Well, maybe it's referring to Miss Dowdy, who now is actually nice to Sophiana because... I don't know and I don't care.
It seems someone has come to see you.
Me? What for?
It's adoption day. Or have you forgotten?
That's right. The couple who had come to adopt Sophiana were none other...
Shut up, Leno!
Okay, so Sophiana doesn't become a saint, just the daughter of a saint. She apparently gets better parents than the one she had before. Wow.
You think she gets Santa's immortality too? It'd line up.
So if she's getting all these rewards, what did Buster and Charlie get? I mean, they helped bring Christmas back too.
I'll never ever forget either of you.
Except when it comes to splitting the quest loot, then it's mine, mine, woo, woo!
Here, child.
Seeing that Sophiana was leaving the orphanage for good, Miss Dowdy decided to give Sophiana her...
Shut up, Leno!
Thus, Miss Dowdy turned her abusive tendencies onto another child, who went insane and murdered her in her bed 8 months later. They never found her dog, or her toes.
Nah, Leno make sure we know that she's nice now, because hell if I know.
Why is this not over?
Well, after being beaten over the dome for half an hour with Sophiana's misery, I'd say a couple minutes of her now awesome life are still not worth it.
Snowflake!
And Rudolph was put out on the street, where he turned to crack, bitterly ruining the day Dart destroyed his life. And the moral of the story, it's easy to be happy when you're given stuff for free.
So, Christmas is here again. What can you say?
I can say, and it hurts to do so, but I must speak true, that I actually would rather watch Elf Bowling. I called Elf Bowling the cinematic equivalent of Metamucil, and that you retain nothing from it. But I was wrong. That thing was lunatic and intentionally awful in enough ways to stick in the mind long after the fact, and it even provided the occasional legitimate, albeit shameful, but most importantly, intentional laugh.
Hallelujah!
Ho ho no! Not here, though. This isn't a movie. This is a checklist of saccharine-dripping cliches slapped together with gags so predictable they're almost primordial race memories. A story isn't merely a bullet list of things to ferry characters from one plot point to the next. There's a narrative flow and a logical progression driven by character motivations and events that we are biologically programmed to crave, and there's not a trace of that in this movie.
Actual character growth or lessons learned? Good luck with that! Instead, you get a curb stomping with a boot that's got niceness is nice and badness is bad imprinted on the tread. It really doesn't help that the voice cast is more wasted than Uncle Philbrecht on Grand Meme's extra special eggnog. The most blatant example is the non-performance from Norm Macdonald, but bless them all, everyone feels like they're just going through the paces. Same goes for the singing. Shirley Jones and Madison Davenport give the only things approaching a semi-decent song performance, but again, there's no heart in any of it. Every one of the 11 musical numbers is stilted, clunky, repetitive, and just overall plodding. This is a talented group, yet it's also emotionally detached. Whatever minor benefits the cast brings nullified as the story drags them down like a slab of Grand Meme's holiday fruitcrete. Also,
shut up, Leno!
This movie came from the closeout bin at a Walgreens drugstore in midsummer, and it cost $1. A whopping $1. Because it didn't even ring up when scanned. The only reason one of us could argue that it was worth that price is that it let us make this video. For anyone else, unless you're some sort of sick completist for any entertainment featuring a certain actor, there's no reason to buy it. Or watch it. At all.
yeah, total agreement of the heart here. It's all too bland to be so bad it's good entertaining. The only brain-sticky element is the sacriludicrous swaddling clothes angle, and we have literally shown you every frame of that already. About the best you can say is that the animation is alright. I mean, it's the people who did Hi Puffy Ami Yumi. So, unless you're morbidly curious, I say give it a miss.
It needs to be pointed out that writer Robert Zapia's biggest contribution to cinema was the screenplay for Halloween Water. One can only guess as to what his plans are for Easter movies. So, we reviewed the movie. Is Christmas here again?
I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. I'm beginning to think we might need some obtrusive narration for that final plot push.
Obtrusive narration, you say?
And that's the story of how them nasty old Rangoons put a boot in the rear of the holidays and brought back Sassmas.
First of all, I didn't ask. Secondly, what are you talking about? They haven't saved Christmas. Thirdly, why am I giving you an opening to talk again?
Shut it, boy, or I won't make any of my special eggnog battered chicken fingers. As I was ranting, them Rangoons knew that it was the work of that old jackass, the Krampus.
How did they know that?
All right, Krampus, give it up. We've got your number.
What? How the hell am I the bad guy here? You stole Christmas. You've even got a bucket of Christmas in your hand right now. We caught you red and green handed. What? Stole Christmas? Stole Christmas? You uncultured American dunkoffs. Christmas is half mine. Always has been. And I'll tell you how in an expository flashback. Guten Morgen, Julie, and how are you today?
You seem like you're in a good mood, Mr. Krampus.
Yeah, big push into the American market today. We're all going places. See you. Nick, baby, how's the bowl of jelly shaking? I am big time excited for our North American push. So many naughty fat children, so many still totally hot middle-aged American housefraus. Und the merchandising, cha-chingle bells.
Ah, yes, North America. Listen, Krampus, we need to talk about that.
What? Don't tell me those unwashed pilgrims are pushing to get Thanksgiving the big thing over there. Our food is twice as good as theirs.
No, that's not it. Well, it's like this. We've had marketing to a ton of research, and they tell us that a child kidnapping demon that lecherously pursues women just doesn't really fit with the image we're trying to cultivate there. Coca-Cola is especially concerned, and we cannot afford to lose their endorsement. We need cute and charming and warm, you know. Lots of ho-ho-ho. No one likes a pointy-eared, hairy monster with a 6-inch tongue. That's a great deal of no-no-no.
Anna Nicole Smith does.
Look, anachronistic digs at celebrities aside here, Krampus.
Chris, listen to me. How is that even going to work? You give the presents, I give the beatings. It's heaven and hell boiled down to something easy for the little dumpling to digest. How does it make sense if they're just the presents and no beatings?
We need you to look at the bigger picture here, Krampus. We'll get you a job over in Halloween. How about that?
Screw that. They're lousy with demons anyway. I'm the Christmas demon, Nick. It's what I do. Who's gonna be your helper? Black Pete? You think the Americans will have a problem with a demon? I'm sure they'll just love that racist jackass's shtick.
No. We're doing something new there. Elves.
Elves? What, the nasty, lanky
Oh, no. The small and jolly kind.
You pandering cliché bastard. This is reindeer and you know it.
Look, Cramp, it's nothing personal.
The hell this isn't personal. Wait, this is because Mom always liked me best, isn't it?
You leave Mom out of this.
That's it. I'm done. You can have your toothless holiday with sugar water and Oompa Loompas. I'm gonna make my own holiday season with blackjack and hookers. I quit. And you know who else likes a 6-inch tongue? Your wife.
Susan?
So I snuck back in after the doors closed, stole this bucket of Christmas, and I'm gonna use it to make a gift-giving holiday with monsters, liquor, and costumes. So your whole plot is to make a boozy, booty-banging bacchanalia with beasties? Precisely.
Well, now you're talking my language. I'm willing to help you make this moist dream of yours come true.
I don't know. I've been burned by guys with white beards in the past.
Oh, we've all got our awful exes, but never you mind that. Stick with me, kid, and Spencer's gifts will be banging on our door. And I do mean banging.
I'm in. Let's put the whole back in holiday.
That's the holiday spirit.
Happy holidays, I guess. Starch, what did we do for Halloween this year?
Well, we... Uh-oh.
Santa's got a brand new bag. Now, this is the confusing part. He's making a list. And he's checking it twice. You see, because he's thorough by nature. And that's really Santa's only vice. He ain't no drag. Santa's got a brand new bag. Now, bear in mind, this is a grown man. He's filling...
I give up.
Hey, Pipples, if you liked our nonsense, why don't give us a like, or a subscribe, or leave a comment down there somewhere.
You can also do us a big solid by joining our Patreon, where you'll get to join us for live streams, get early access to the newest videos, and other such things.
Geek Vision.